lot going on this week, probably the worst week of the Joe Biden administration. He's had some that weren't great. This one, however, basically is circling the drain, and it has been a tough one on a lot of fronts. It started out when it became very obvious that the attempt to get rid of the filibuster in the Senate was simply not going to happen. What I find interesting is all the Democrats who have said that having the filibuster is a threat to democracy were the same people, Schumer, then Senator Biden, who all said if we got rid of the filibuster, that would be a threat to democracy. So you see that they really were not saying that out of conviction then, or they're not saying it now, which makes us believe that we don't really want to believe much of what they say, because we know that they only say what will empower them, not what's really right or what's wrong. And that is tragic. But here's Joe Biden when he was asked about ending the filibuster so they could push through this crazy notion of what they're calling election reform. They attach John Lewis's name to it because they're trying to, put candy on a bottle of vinegar, and it's just ridiculous. And here's Joe's incomprehensible answer about complicated subjects. Watch.
Mr. President, why can't you get these? Mr. Bose, Mr. President, Mr. President, what is the plan to get this done?
First of all, you all ask questions about complicated subjects like, can you get this done? I hope we can get this done. The honest-to-God answer is, I don't know whether we can get this done. Is this mic on? I guess, anyway.
Mr. President, it would have been better had the mic not been on. That was painful to watch. Now, in another setting, he had, all of this is scripted, by the way. He's got a prompter in front of him. But he has a real hard time even getting the name of the person that he has leading his program for COVID tests. Watch this.
And to help lead our federal testing program, I've tapped Dr. Tom, I hope I pronounced it, Inglesby. Correct? Is that right, Jeff?
I mean, I would understand it if it was a, 20-syllable Polish name. I would have been sympathetic. But this is a guy standing right in front of him. He's got the name in front of him, and I'm sure they spelled it out phonetically. That's embarrassing. And then when the reporters try to ask him questions, because normally, and he did it again today, about an hour ago, he goes and makes a little comment sitting at the phony desk that they created for reasons that nobody fully comprehends, and he finishes, and instead of answering any questions, he just gets up and walks off. But sometimes he just stares at the reporters with a blank stare, like this.
Americans trust your administration to be COVID when the virus is clearly winning.
On voting rights, do you think the Republicans would don't support voting rights?
The virus is clearly winning, sir. Why should there be no
Thank you, President. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Mr. President, do you believe Omicron is the beginning of the end of this pandemic?
Thank you so much, President. Thank you.
How much longer do you think school people have to wear masks?
Thank you, everybody. Appreciate you.
Maybe a press conference with Mr. President.
You can't make this up. I mean, if I just looked at the camera for 30 seconds and acted oblivious to what people were saying to me, it'd be one thing if he said, look, I'm not taking any questions. But it was as if he's thinking to himself, who put me in this chair? When did I get here? How long do I have to stay? Please put some words up on the screen that I can squint my eyes and shout out, because I don't know what to do. Please, come get me. Take me away from here. I'm trying not to be unkind, but folks, this is frightening. Now, if you think that's a little bit unnerving that this is your president, it doesn't get better, because in the bullpen warming up is Kamala Harris. And let's just say that if Joe Biden had a bad week, Kamala Harris wasn't much better. Watch this.
6 former administration officials last week wrote that open letter urging the administration to change course, to change strategy. Is it time?
It is time for us to do what we have been doing, and that time is every day. Every day it is time for us to agree that there are things and tools that are available to us to slow this thing down.
What on earth does that even mean? It is time for us to do what we're doing this time, and we're going to use the tools that we have. We don't know what they are, and we don't know if they'll work. Did you get any of that?
She needs a clock. Maybe she's having trouble telling time. I don't know, but
That was weird.
Yeah, that's scary.
Thanks so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, be sure to leave a like, then subscribe, and hit the notification bell below. Now, if you didn't like it, you ought to find a Ben Shapiro video to detox you with more facts.